Hi there, it's your Sewing Sherpa Shauna, and I want to do this little wrap up for the swing dress. So I've made a few of these, 3 of these, one from one pattern, 2 from another pattern. I think I might have made another one from the first pattern. Anyways, I found that in the latest pattern, the one that we used in class, like I'm having trouble with the shoulders, like falling off my shoulders. So that could be a sign of me choosing a size that's too big. And it could also be a sign that there's something up with the pattern. So I pulled out my patterns and I lined them up. So the tissue pattern, I didn't have any troubles with that. But the paper pattern, the one that I printed out, I did have troubles. So I found that in the paper pattern, the back was a little bit lower. It was a little bit wider at the sides and all the way down. And the shoulder slope, see how this one's sloping really hard and this one's wide straight across? It also has kind of a smaller armhole, even though the armhole depth is the same, so it fits my armhole, it's like narrower. So I've got to believe that something happening with this slope is probably the cause of the problem, because the front, well, it's, you know, if I line it up at the armhole, the front is a little bit bigger on the tissue, and the paper is just slightly taller. So I'm not seeing anything huge, but hopefully you caught that. So I'm like, well, you know, the shoulder slope, I guess I do better with a sharper shoulder slope. So you can go back in and re-sew the shoulder slopes. There's a little bit more sharpness in the back, so you have to unpick the front and back and whatever. So anyways, I have this other hack that I've been doing to my dresses from the paper pattern, and it's basically what I'm doing is I'm putting a pleat in the back. It's really cute too. I mean, it's almost like it's a fun addition to the dress. So that's what I'm gonna do right now, and I'll show you what I mean. All right, so I'm back in my little sewing area. Yes, most of the time I sew on my industrial machines back in my little sewing area. I mean, if you're gonna get into sewing, you gotta commit to a sewing area. Sewing takes room. So I'm gonna flip the dress inside out. I'm gonna locate the back, center back of the dress. That's where the seam is at. I'm gonna fold it right on that seam. Okay, we agree? Fold it, all right? All right, now I'm gonna do a little magic. Watch this. Just kidding. Whoa, don't fall apart. Ah, it's on the ground. Never mind, not magic. All right. So where's my fold? There it is. All right, here's the fold, center back seam, the neck edge. I'm gonna take my little seam gauge. I'm gonna set it down to about 1 inch. I hate these seam gauges. They have these things popped on backwards for some reason. Maybe I'm using them backwards, but I always like to have that flat edge over there. All right, 1 inch. Okay, then I'm gonna measure 1 inch from the edge, or 1 inch from the seam. I feel like 1 inch from the seam is gonna make it too small. So I'm gonna do 1 inch from the edge. I can always make it deeper, you know what I mean? I'm gonna make myself a little line there. All right, so you can go down 1 inch, 2 inches, maybe even 3 inches. I don't recommend any more than 3 inches. I'm gonna go down whatever this is. What is that? That is 3 inches. So I've got it marked. Honestly, I wouldn't normally mark, but do it for you. Achoo! Oh my goodness, they are so bad right now. Make sure your neck edges are lined up perfectly. All right, so I just sewed that little 3 inch seam. Now when I flip it out, you'll see a cute little like pleaty thing here at the center back. It's like, it makes it fit better across here, but still allows for the whole swing dress down there. So that is my fix. And so what it's gonna do is gonna make the back narrower, which will pull the shoulders in a little bit and keep them from falling off. At least that's what it did on the last couple that I did it to. It's just like, worked like a charm. So keep on sewing.